Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Weekly Trivia Show. My name is Philip Trickey. I am coming to you live from the Crowdpurr headquarters in beautiful downtown Dayton, Ohio. As always, Crowdpurr, just want to remind you that Crowdpurr is the #1 trivia hosting platform on the web. Every week, myself and my writers we write 10 new games. Or we publish those games, and then I take my favorite 15 questions from those games to bring you this weekly trivia show. Hope everybody had a good week and a good weekend. My car battery died last week, and it was a pretty simple fix, and I don't know about you, but I am not so mechanically inclined. But every time I do anything, even if it involves just loosening a few bolts and changing a battery, I feel like I'm a member of a NASCAR pit crew. It's about how I feel when I add any sort of spice or sauce to a pre-made frozen meal. I feel like I'm ready for Top Chef. Something else I'm ready for right now is to do some trivia. So what do you say? Let's play. All right, this week it's the 2nd of May, so we've got some fun holiday games coming to you this month. But this week we're going to celebrate some Mother's Day in the form of TV Moms. May is also Jewish American Heritage Month, so we've got a game about famous Jewish Americans and another game about guitar gods. That's where we're going to start it off this week. So question 1 is coming from Guitar Gods. Who plays the slide guitar solo on the beloved outro for Derek and the Dominoes' 1970 smash, Layla? Was it A, Johnny Winter, B, Eric Clapton, C, Duane Allman, or D, Joe Walsh? A, Johnny Winter, B, Eric Clapton, C, Duane Allman, or D, Joe Walsh? The answer, bit of a trick question here, but the answer is C. Duane Allman played the slide guitar solo on Layla. Eric Clapton was in Derek and the Dominoes, but he did not play that guitar solo. Question 2, we've got a game about movie casting false starts. These are games that, these are movies that cast members were famously replaced or certain things happened. So we've got casting false starts. Let's go. Question 2. What comedic actor recorded the majority of the dialogue for the 2001 animated hit Shrek before passing away and being replaced by Mike Myers? Was it A, Phil Hartman, B, John Candy, C, Chris Farley, or D, Sam Kinison? A, Phil Hartman, B, John Candy, C, Chris Farley, or D, Sam Kinison? The answer is C, Chris Farley. Apparently he recorded like 95% of the dialogue and then unfortunately passed away. And I don't know about you guys, but I really kind of want to see Sam Kinison as Shrek. That would be pretty incredible, probably not suitable for children. Question 3, still coming from movie casting false starts. Who initially played Marty McFly in Back to the Future and filmed for several weeks before being replaced by Michael J. Fox? Was it A, Corey Haim, B, Jason Bateman, C, Eric Stoltz, or D, Frank Whaley? A, Corey Haim, B, Jason Bateman, C, Eric Stoltz, D, Frank Whaley? The answer is C, Eric Stoltz. I'm kind of realizing now I put all these C answers right up front of the game, but, you know, that's how it goes sometimes. If you have the Back to the Future DVD, you can see scene footage of Eric Stoltz. It's kind of weird. It's like being in an alternate reality. My goodness. Question 4, we've got tech stumbles and blunders. These are famous things that happened in the world of tech that did not work out so well for either the company or consumers. Question 4. Which electronics giant recalled over 500,000 video cameras in 1998 because the camera's night vision feature allowed users to see through clothes? Was it A, Panasonic, B, Kodak, C, Sony, or D, JVC? A, Panasonic, B, Kodak, C, Sony, or D, JVC? The answer is C, Sony. I can't believe I loaded all these with C answers right up front. That's terrible. But yeah, apparently you could see through clothes. They could even make out tattoos underneath clothes. I would be caught red-handed by that camera, that's for sure. Oh my God. Question 5. We've got, this is from our Fun Facts 12. It's another in our series of general knowledge games. These are fun facts. Which 19th century author claimed to be the first to use a typewriter to write a novel? Was it A, Louisa May Alcott, B, Herman Melville, C, Mark Twain, or D, Henry David Thoreau? A, Louisa May Alcott, B, Herman Melville, C, Mark Twain, or D, Henry David Thoreau? And the answer is C, Mark Twain. He wrote The Adventures of Tom Sawyer on a typewriter, or so he claimed in his 1904 autobiography. Next question is coming from our Fun Facts game again. In what future year was the 1960s animated TV show The Jetsons set? Is it A, 2022, B, 2040, C, 2062, or D, 3030? A, 2022, B, 2040, C, 2062, or D, 3030? The Jetsons apparently was set in C, 2062. And George Jetson was 40 years old on the show, which means that he was born this year in 2022. Next question, question 7. We've got a game about the New York Yankees, the most storied team in pretty much all of North American sports. Question 7. What name was given to the 1976 New York Yankees policy that prohibits long hair, beards, and mutton chops? Is it A, hair today, gone tomorrow, B, grooming guidelines, C, clean decree, or D, neatness counts? A, hair today, gone tomorrow, B, grooming guidelines, C, clean decree, or D, neatness counts? And the answer is, it's not C, it's D, neatness counts. This has been the policy for over 45 years now, and several famous players who had beards and long hair, when they moved over to the New York Yankees, they had to cut their hair and shave their face. All right, question 8. We've got a fun Mother Goose game this week. Yesterday was National Mother Goose Day, so we're celebrating bedtime rhymes and nursery rhymes and all that fun Mother Goose stuff. Question 8. What 1983 Madonna single contains lyrics lifted from a traditional bedtime rhyme? Is it A, Borderline, B, Holiday, C, Live to Tell, or D, Lucky Star? A, Borderline, B, Holiday, C, Live to Tell, or D, Lucky Star? The answer is D, Lucky Star. You must be my lucky star. She says, starlight, star bright. You got it. Everybody loves that song. I know you're going to replay that part over and over again and dance to it. My version, not the Madonna version. Question 9, still from Mother Goose Rhymes. This is a fun little crossover question here. Which Hobbit sings a song based on Hey Diddle Diddle in J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings books? Is it A, Sam Gamgee, B, Frodo Baggins, C, Pippin Took, or D, Merry Brandybuck? A, Sam Gamgee, B, Frodo Baggins, C, Pippin Took, or D, Merry Brandybuck? If you've read these books, you should know that the answer is B, Frodo Baggins. Sings a song called The Man in the Moon Stayed Up Too Late, which was actually originally written by Tolkien and then included later in the book. Question 10. Like I said earlier, May is famous Jewish American Heritage Month, or not famous Jewish, it's just Jewish American Heritage Month. So we've decided to have a game with famous Jewish Americans. Question 10. What 20th century cartoonist is best remembered for drawings that depict complicated gadgets meant to perform simple tasks? Is it A, Mel Lazarus, B, Rube Goldberg, C, Jules Pfeiffer, or D, Roz Chast? A, Mel Lazarus, B, Rube Goldberg, C, Jules Pfeiffer, or D, Roz Chast? The answer, you've seen these machines and everybody loves them, is B, Rube Goldberg. I didn't realize that he was a cartoonist. I thought he was just an inventor who made complicated machines for doing simple things. Question 11, still from our famous Jewish Americans game. Who was the only U.S. president to appoint 2 Jewish justices to the Supreme Court? Is it A, Bill Clinton, B, Franklin Roosevelt, C, Lyndon Johnson, or D, Barack Obama? A, Bill Clinton, B, Franklin Roosevelt, C, Lyndon Johnson, or D, Barack Obama? The answer is A, Bill Clinton. He appointed Ruth Bader Ginsburg and Stephen Breyer to the Supreme Court.
RBG.
Yeah, for life. Q12. We've got fun. This is from our TV Moms game. So these are questions celebrating mothers that we love, because Mother's Day is coming up in 6 days now. So get a gift for your mom if you haven't. Question 12. What New England state is home to Lorelai and Rory Gilmore and the rest of the quippy cut-ups on Stars Hollow on Gilmore Girls? Is it A, Connecticut, B, Maine, C, New Hampshire, or D, Rhode Island? A, Connecticut, B, Maine, C, New Hampshire, or D, Rhode Island? Lorelai, Rory, and everyone else in Stars Hollow lives in A, Connecticut. I don't think that Stars Hollow is a real place. It's a place of our dreams, though. All right, still from TV Moms. Question 13. What SNL veteran plays manipulative matriarch Lucille Bluth in flashbacks during Season 4 of Arrested Development? Is it A, Molly Shannon, B, Amy Poehler, C, Kristen Wiig, or D, Kate McKinnon? A, Molly Shannon, B, Amy Poehler, C, Kristen Wiig, or D, Kate McKinnon? The answer is C. Kristen Wiig plays Lucille Bluth in flashbacks in the 4th season, which I kind of never got around to watching. I feel like I'm just going to leave it at the first 3 and have it still be the perfect show in my mind. Question 14. Since it's a new month, we've got our current events game from things that happened the previous month. So these next couple of questions are from our current events, April 2022. So these are events that happened in April. Question 14. What southern U.S. city will host all regular season games of the newly revived United States Football League, which kicked off its inaugural season on April 16th? Is it A, Birmingham, Alabama, B, Houston, Texas, C, New Orleans, Louisiana, or D, Tampa Bay, Florida? A, Birmingham, Alabama, B, Houston, Texas, C, New Orleans, Louisiana, or D, Tampa Bay, Florida? The answer, all games will be played in A, Birmingham, Alabama. And apparently all 8 of the 2022 USFL teams are the same team names and colors of the original USFL teams from 1984. So good for them. Birmingham, Alabama hosting all those games. Question 15. This is still from TV Moms. What is the name of the fashion aesthetic trending on TikTok in April 2010? I'm sorry, this isn't from TV Moms. This is from current events. Let's start over there with that. Question 15. What is the name of the fashion aesthetic trending on TikTok in April 2022 that favors khakis, floppy hats, and relaxed button-downs? Is it A, Nancy Meyers core, B, Coastal Grandma, C, Foxy Librarian, or D, Contessa Chic? A, Nancy Meyers core, B, Coastal Grandma, C, Foxy Librarian, or D, Contessa Chic? I think I got thrown off here because most moms probably dress this way. The answer is B. Coastal Grandma is the name of the fashion trend on TikTok. Pretty much every protagonist in a Nancy Meyers movie does dress like a coastal grandma. All right, like I said earlier, I changed a battery in my car this week and felt like a NASCAR pit crew. And the first thing that I found underneath there was a bonus question. Bonus question this week is coming from our dramatic sports movie game. So here's the bonus question. Which of these sporty movies is the only one to win a Best Picture Academy Award? Was it A, Raging Bull, B, Chariots of Fire, C, The Color of Money, or D, The Blind Side? A, Raging Bull, B, Chariots of Fire, C, The Color of Money, or D, The Blind Side? The answer is B, Chariots of Fire. It was the only one of those four to win Best Picture. Those are all Academy Award winning. And Raging Bull and The Color of Money were Best Actor, and The Blind Side was Best Actress. But Chariots of Fire, the only one to be named Best Picture. Well, that's the game we've got this week. Appreciate you tuning in and listening. I want to give a big thanks to my super producer, Ross. Please remember to rate and review, and like I've been saying, take a screenshot. Send those pictures to your friends. Post them on your social media. Spread the word. We've got some fun updates coming for you, so stay tuned, and we will see you next week. Thanks for listening.